Hi, welcome to MCom 320. I'm Professor Pack, and I'm the instructor for the course.
And I'm Brooklyn Callers. I'm your TA.
We are excited you are here. Now, your TA already has taken MCom, so what did you like about the course?
I loved MCom for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons is because of how useful it is. Although it is known to be quite difficult, MCom actually really helped me and has probably been one of the most beneficial classes I've taken at BYU. We're constantly communicating and interacting with one another, so being able to research, write, present, and be confident in that, it's awesome.
It's true, MCom is known to be a hard class, but students who put in the time and effort will find that what they learn they use for years to come. Just the other day, I was talking to a former student, and he says, even now, whenever I write an email, I still think about the things that you taught me. We wish we could all be here together in person, but fortunately, there's lots of ways to communicate, which we're going to explore in this class. So first, a little bit about me. I grew up in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I now live in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I got my undergraduate in horticulture studying molecular biology, and then I went on to do research in epilepsy. Years later, I retired as a stay-at-home mom and went back to school to get my master's in public administration. And now I consult for small fledgling nonprofits, I coach job seekers, I'm a freelance editor, and I'm a content writer for Book of Mormon Central.
And now a little about me. I'm actually an international student from Northern Ireland. I came here to America for college a little over 3 years ago. I came from a village of around 500 people, so when I first got here it was a little bit of an adjustment, a little bit of a culture shock, but I love it here and I love studying at BYU. I'm in the advertising program, which I also love because it allows me to do two of my biggest passions, both write and create. I'm excited to be TAing for MCom this semester, and I hope that we're still able to build connections even though that we can't be physically together.
We've worked hard to create an online course that will be just as enriching and fulfilling as if you were in the classroom. We have studied best practices and have strived to make this as user-friendly as possible. My teaching philosophy is that we all learn from each other. I'm not the only one who should be dispensing information. I have structured this class to have both class activities, what we'd normally do in class if we were all together, and assignments. So, since this is a 3-credit-hour class, according to BYU, you should plan on spending an average of 15 hours a week if you're taking this in the spring or the summer, and 7.5 hours a week if you're taking this in the fall or the winter. Now, since this is an online class, plan about 1/3 of your time doing the activities and about 2/3 of your time doing the assignments and the tests. So we'd want to give you some tips to help you get the most out of every hour in the week. Tip number 1. Every Saturday morning, you'll get an announcement about the week ahead, so make sure you read it. Now, you can find the 2 most recent announcements on the course's homepage, or you can just click on the announcement tab.
Tip number 2. Class activities are due by midnight on Wednesdays, and assignments and learning assessments are due by midnight on Saturdays.
Tip number 3, take advantage of our office hours. Now, I'd love to meet all of you, so I've blocked out 6 hours just in the first week with 15-minute time slots just so that we can get to know each other. To sign up, click on the Find Appointment button, which you'll find on your calendar page. Select this course, and then select a time that works for you. If none of those times will work, just email me with 3 times when you would like to meet, and I'll do my best to make sure one of those times will fit my schedule. And keep in mind, evenings are on the table because I'm a night owl.
You can find my availability on the syllabus, but feel free to email me to set up a time that works best for you.
To minimize answering the same question 28 times, we have set up a communication structure that should help you get the answers that you need. So when you have a question about the course or an assignment, first check Canvas and the syllabus FAQ. If that doesn't help, then ask the other students. And then third, ask the TA. And finally, if no one has the answer, reach out to me. Now, if you have a personal question, skip all those steps and just come straight to me.
Tip number 4, use Slack. We have set up a Slack channel with this class to help you easily communicate with one another. It's also how employees communicate in the real world. This is a great place to ask questions because then everyone else is able to see the answers.
Tip number 5, use the module view. So we've made every effort to make sure all the modules will show up in your to-do list and on the calendar because we know that's where students most often go on Canvas. But to make sure you don't miss anything, you'll want to become familiar with navigating the modules.
Check out my navigation video where I give you tips for getting around Professor Pack's course on Canvas.
Tip number 6. So our last tip is stay on top of the assignments. Don't let them pile up. Writing takes time and editing takes even more time. You are graded on your final product, not your effort. So give yourself time to review your work and edit it. That will make all the difference. If you get behind, reach out for help. Together, we can create some strategies to help you work smarter, not harder.
Online instruction might be new to some of you, and some of you might be used to this kind of learning. Online instruction is awesome because you can have flexibility with your schedule and you can work at your own pace for the most part. My advice to you would be to have a designated study space and time just to keep you motivated. And please do not hesitate to reach out to me or other classmates if you're struggling.
I'm new to this way of learning too. I audited a class at the University of Illinois on e-learning ecologies, and I found that there's a lot of aspects to online instruction that I liked, like being able to dress however I want, and I can just pause the video whenever I get hungry.
But there are aspects that make it hard too, like meeting people in person. Hello!
Hello! Actually, we've never met, but we feel like we know each other really well, and we're confident that we can get to know all of you too. So check out the navigation video and let's get started.